I think it came from around here.
Stop messing around! Yo, you didn't do that for real? I think it came from around here.
Access granted.
Access granted.
And this is why I urge every member of my staff, every man and woman dedicated to the true mission of the Humanity Front, to do the same. Isaias, if you're watching this, I beg you, do not allow misplaced anger to destroy everything we have struggled to achieve.
It's over. He knows I can't come back from that.
Everybody knows, Sandoval. You can't hide from what you've done.
What I've done, Mr. Jensen. I spent years patching people back together from augmentation botch jobs and systemic organ rejection brought on by implants. And now, because of Bill's betrayal, I'll never practice medicine again.
You really want to help someone? Tell me where Sarif scientists are.
I wish I could, Mr. Jensen. But my involvement ended right after I failed to remove their GPLs.
You failed?
Turns out, my surgical skills weren't good enough to bypass David Sarif's insurance policy. So for all I know, those little implants are broadcasting right now, on a frequency so low your network specialist wouldn't think to look for it.
You changed the frequencies.
You have your answers, Mr. Jensen. And I've lost all of mine. The courts may think I have much to atone for, but my court will be a higher one.
How about I take that gun with me when I go?
You got everything you came for. Please, just leave.
Believe it or not, I'd rather you didn't kill yourself.
That's because you have no idea what tortures I've endured. The guilt, the shame. I was told the scientists would be used to find a peaceful solution to the augmentation crisis. Instead, I was involved in kidnapping and murder. My life ended that night. It's time for me to go.
Think about it. Are you really in such a hurry to face that higher court of yours?
At least there are no lies before God. Did you see that abominable press conference? William Taggart all but accused me of terrorism. He claimed that all the violence committed in the name of our cause was the result of my influence.
So stay alive long enough to tell him your side of the story.
He already knows it isn't true. I trusted that man. For years I gave him loyal service, and he betrayed me. He sacrificed my freedom and good name to save the reputation of his organization. It's no use fighting him. He'll just spin it again. At least if I die, he'll never be able to use me again.
Look, I understand your situation better than you think. I quit the force because I couldn't stand what the people in charge were doing to it. But they went to the press and told them I'd been the problem the whole time. Power always sacrifices its subordinates to save itself. But you have my word. You can get through this.
I appreciate your faith in me, Mr. Jensen. And remembering that others have gone through similar events can be helpful. But is it enough? I made it my life's work to try and help people. But Humanity Front was losing people to the so-called enhancement industry every day. Those scientists were my last chance to stop the insanity, and I failed. If anything, my actions helped the pro-augmentation camp.
You've got to be kidding me. You can do anything you put your mind to. You've earned yourself a doctorate. You became second in command to one of the most powerful men in the country. And you still kept trying harder. You've got more spirit than most people who think they're successful.
Aren't you listening? My spirit isn't the problem. It's the choices I've made that got us here. I'm a killer. Every morning when I wake up, it's my first thought of the day. I was involved in a plan that directly resulted in mass murder. And since then, I've been condemned to live apart from humanity. I can't even face the woman I love. I can't face anyone.
We all have problems, Sandoval. We all have something to atone for. You, me, even Taggart. Your wife will understand that, as will the rest of your family. They'd rather see you live and atone for what you've done than watch you die in shame. Whatever lies ahead, they aren't gonna let you face it alone.
I wish I had your certainty, Mr. Jensen. But you are correct. For the sake of my family, I must give this another try. Take the gun. I don't need it anymore.
Pritchard, get this. The GPLs are still transmitting. Sandoval switched them to a lower frequency.
But they could be broadcasting anywhere in the world. I don't have the type of equipment we'll need to find them.
It's our only lead, Pritchard. You have to do something.
I know. Listen, the riot's still blocking the street entrance. Head back to your apartment and Malik will fly you over. Maybe by the time you get here, I'll have figured out something.
You don't need to babysit me, Mr. Jensen. I have no intention of killing myself anymore. Nor will I resist arrest when the police arrive. I assume your people have already contacted them?
If they haven't yet, they will be soon.
Then go. Use the information I gave you to track down your scientists. With any luck, they will still be alive.
The men who kidnapped them, the soldiers?
I don't know who they were. Only last names. Barrett, and Namir. I sensed they were highly trained professionals.
Working for who?
I didn't ask. My brother, Ezekiel, put them in touch with me.
Your brother? Not Taggart?
Bill wouldn't be so stupid as to get his own hands dirty. I see that now. He's like Teflon. Nothing ever sticks.
United Nations Court.
If I knew anything more, I would tell you.
Reporting to you live.
But the
from
men who
Vegas.
kidnapped your people made sure my knowledge of their plans was minimal. You don't need to wait with me, Mr. Jensen. I will not resist my
Thousands
fate
of
when it
angry
arrives.
rioters took to
Just
the
go
streets
and
in
find your
several
people.
cities this evening after
With
viewing
any luck,
controversial
The
satellite
GPL
footage
implants will
uncovered by
still be
Ticus.
active.
Detroit,
Just go and find your
Toronto,
people.
Mumbai, and Rio de
With any
Janeiro
luck,
all report
the GPL
violent
implants
clashes
will
taking
still be
place
active.
outside the doors of such well-known biotechnology firms as Kusanagi, Isole, and Sarif Industries. The footage sparking the riots appears to show scientists performing crude, torture-like experiments on teams of augmented super soldiers. Just minutes ago, Zhao Yunru, CEO of the Taiyong Medical Corporation, commented on the images.
I want the world to know that we at Taiyong Medical have not and never will condone these experiments. This company prides itself on maintaining a safe environment and an ethical approach to research at all times. We invite critics and members of the UN to tour our facilities firsthand. They will find nothing but order, progress, and moral responsibility.
Looks as if the ball is now firmly in the United Nations Court. This is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live from Picus. Thousands of angry rioters took to the streets in several cities this evening after viewing controversial satellite footage uncovered by Ticus. Detroit, Toronto, Mumbai, and Rio de Janeiro all report violent clashes taking place outside the doors of such well-known biotechnology firms as Kusanagi, Isole, and Sarif Industries. The footage sparking the riots appears to show scientists performing crude, torture-like experiments on teams of augmented super soldiers. Zhao Yunru, CEO of the Taiyong Medical Corporation, commented on the images.
I want the world to know that we at Taiyong Medical have not and never will condone these experiments. This company prides itself on maintaining a safe environment and an ethical approach to research at all times. We invite critics and members of the UN to tour our facilities firsthand. They will find nothing but order, progress, and moral responsibility.
Looks as if the ball is now firmly in the United Nations Court. This is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live.
Access granted.
All this talk of super soldiers is bullshit. Folks are just looking for a reason to destroy shit. I guarantee you, this soldier business is gonna turn out a hoax. I guarantee you, this soldier business is gonna turn out a hoax.
They should call in the National Guard or something. This is a state of emergency.
Now, before that little rock and roll break, I was talking about some serious shit, so I'd like to keep going. This UN resolution everyone's talking about, this resolution contains the same fundamental core as any slavery doctrine. Take away the people's right to choose. Like when those commie Canadians nationalized their oil. Same shit, different stink. Wait, let me take that back about the Canuckers. They did take in our poor and outcasted and ostracized when they were shunned by their own government. Plus, Steve over there is one, and he's giving me the look of death. Hey, it's still up for debate whether most people would like to live in a filthy FEMA camp or Toronto, but I digress. Hey, listen, you could always go to Mexico, or as I like to call it, Punta Potemkin, because we all know the Russian mob runs that battleship. I'll tell you, people, this is what you call destabilization. Ever hear the term? I know you have, because I've been spitting that lyric for 17 years now. They want to destabilize this planet so you have nowhere else to look to but your own Big Daddy, the World Order. They would love nothing more than to watch you beg for help. Oh, please, Big Daddy World Order, save me from my neighbors and from my boss and from my debt and my environment and my own goddamn children. Are you ready to beg, followers? Didn't think so.
Fuck them cops, man. They must have locked up all our brothers.
I told you we was living in a police state.
What you need, player? If you ain't got nothing to say, don't be hitting me up. If you ain't got nothing to say, don't be hitting me up.
You ain't gonna tell us to get off the streets, right?
It's all the Illuminati, man. They're behind us. They control everything. Even you and your stupid augments. They control everything. Even you and your stupid augments.
Dude, you do not want to get in our way tonight. Goddamn cops come out here swinging their clubs, sick their robots on.
Did you see them power-hungry bastard cops? They were beating people for no reason. Honestly, even if they were throwing rocks and lighting fire, is that a reason to beat people and deploy killer robots?
Fucking cops are brutal. They provoked a riot, man. A box guard. What the hell were they thinking? These are civilians, man.
Well, someone's had some work done. One of them super soldiers. Makes no difference to me. Your business is your business, and my business? Well, I think we both know what that is. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's acting like they're crazy. Maybe they aren't getting any. You should see down near the convention center. Folks are going nuts. You should see down near the convention center. Folks are going nuts.
Baby, there's so much violence on the street tonight. How about we do a little loving? Don't go near the action. The cops are ready to go off at anyone, even a pretty thing like you. Don't go near the action. The cops are ready to go off
Don't worry,
at anyone.
honey. The cops are busy handling the riot over at Sarif Plaza. We got all night long. Come on, baby. Let's not waste time. A lady's gotta make a living, even in hard times.
I know the whole city's falling apart, but maybe I can do something to keep your mind off it. We were told things were gonna get better for Detroit. We were told things were gonna get
Dude, you do not want to get in our way tonight.
Fucking cops are brutal. They provoked a riot, man.
Who are you?
It's all the Illuminati, man.
Resisting arrest. Serious job.
You've got no right!
We was being peaceful, man.
Resisting arrest. Serious charge.
Why you gotta be so strict?
The city burns down around your ears. What's your... Be sure to tell... What's your... Always a...
serious charge.
Thousands of angry rioters took to the streets in several cities this evening after viewing controversial satellite footage on crude, torture-like experiments on teams of augmented super soldiers. Just minutes ago, re-establishing security system. Mr. Jensen.
No problems, Mr. Jensen. We've got everything under control. No problems, Mr. Jensen. We've got everything under control.
Ourselves away from us. Now, followers, don't scream me now and start saying, "But Lazarus, augmentation's illegal. Why, my cousin Tootie just got one the other day." Not for long, fuck knob. Not if this UN resolution goes through.
Nice detective work, Jensen. You ready to return to HQ?
Yeah. Let's hope Pritchard's found that frequency.
You said it. Message for you, Jensen. From Pritchard. He says he's not in the office.
Great. So what exactly am I supposed to do?
I don't know. He said you should check in with the boss.
It was true that we were breeding a bunch of augmented soldiers and training them? What do they think stopping us from going home and throwing a bunch of rocks is gonna do?
Well, I guess they want the UN to see how mad they are, so the delegates will do something about it.
We're just workers anyway. Whether the footage is real or fabricated or not, the people who shot it are more powerful than they can even imagine. Think they care what the people think?
My dog must be starving. Jensen, do you know how long it takes for a dog to starve to death? He just had an operation, too. We had to remove his eye last week, so now he's bumping into furniture and starving. He just had an operation, too. We had to remove his eye last week, so now he's bumping into furniture and starving.
Hey, Jensen, what do you think? I know we have a lot of contracts with DOD, but David would never build an army of augmented soldiers. Besides, don't they know how understaffed we are since we lost Megan and her group? Besides, don't they know how understaffed we are since we lost Megan?
The footage sparking the riots appears to show scientists performing...
Megan's team might still be alive. Incredible. Someone went through a lot of effort to have us think they were dead. I hope you find those scientists soon, Jensen. We could use a morale boost around here.
You, Darrow? Here? I guess Mr. Sarif is calling in a favor. We could sure use his endorsement with the UN vote coming up. We could sure use his endorsement with the UN vote coming up.
Adam, I saw you on the news. I saw you take Taggart down a notch. You really showed him.
I don't really believe he had anything to do with the attacks on Sarif Industries, though. His aide, maybe. He always did seem a little more unbalanced.
Do you really think we'd be in danger if we went out there? Maybe Mr. Sarif could fly us all home in the VTOL. Maybe Mr. Sarif could fly us all home in the VTOL.
Damn. This riot is the worst thing that could happen with the UN vote coming up.
Thousands of angry rioters took to the streets in several cities.
Controversy like this plays right into Taggart's hands. The violence doesn't help either.
Detroit, Toronto, Mumbai.
Controversy like this plays right into Taggart's hands.
I can't believe it.
The violence
We
doesn't
get
help
a
either.
visit from maybe the greatest mind of our time, and a riot breaks out. Makes us look bad. I saw him, by the way. Hugh Darrow in the flesh.
What a thrill.
I saw him, by the way. Hugh Darrow in the flesh.
What a thrill.
One of the security guys told me that the police picked up Dr. Sandoval. He gave himself up after Taggart denounced him. Doesn't seem like something a fanatic would do, does it? Makes you wonder who might have been giving Purity First their orders. I'm not trying to avoid anything.
And an ethical approach to research at all times. We invite critics and
Can't
members
this
of the
wait
UN
till I
to
get
tour
home?
Our facilities firsthand. They will find nothing but order, progress, and moral.
One of the security guys told me that the police picked up Dr. Sandoval. He gave himself up after Taggart denounced him.
Reporting to you live from Picus. Thousands of angry rioters took to the streets in several cities this evening after viewing controversial.
No, but I couldn't get out of this. I saw the news.
Detroit, Toronto, Mumbai, and Rio de Janeiro all report violent clashes.
Stop talking crazy or I'm gonna hang up.
Well-known biotechnology firms as Kusanagi, Isolay, and Sarif Industries. The footage sparking the riots appears to show scientists performing crude, torture-like experiments on
I know this is for our own safety, but I want to go home. Couldn't we slip out the back way or something? The building can't be completely surrounded. Couldn't we slip out the back way or something?
You,
The
Daryl?
building can't be completely
Here.
surrounded.
I guess Mr. Sarif is calling in a favor.
Say, Adam, I saw the Picus report. It's not true about the super soldiers, is it? Besides you, I mean. I know we've done some work for the DoD, but I just hope Mr. Sarif knows what he's doing. I know we've done some work for the DoD, but
I hope your
Just hope
security
Mr.
measures
Sarif
are
knows
enough,
what he's doing.
Jensen. Those people outside are
Tour
serious.
our facilities firsthand. They will find nothing but order, progress, and moral responsibility.
Looks as if the ball is now firmly in the United Nations court.
Did you hear, Adam? The police got caught in a real firefight in the sewers with a bunch of Purity First terrorists. They must have a bigger following in the city than we thought. I bet they're behind this whole riot.
I saw a car burning out there. I saw a car burning out there.
After viewing controversial satellite footage uncovered by Picus. Detroit, Toronto, Mumbai, and Rio de Janeiro all report.
Hey, Jensen, what do you think?
Jensen? Rumors going around. What's this about Megan and her team actually being alive? Jensen? Rumors
Jensen,
going around.
I just heard on the scanner.
What's this about
Cops were in the
Megan and
shootout
her
with the
team
Purity
actually
First
being
cell,
alive?
right under our feet in the sewers. Cops tried to infiltrate, but the fanatics were on high alert. Must have been spooked or something. Cops think they may have been fighting each other. Cops tried to infiltrate, but the fanatics were on high alert. Must have been spooked.
We got the whole team in to handle the situation, Adam. It's under control. Imagine if they knew Hugh Darrow was in here talking to Sarif, the father of augmentation technology. They'd mob rush the place. We'll have to hang tight in here until the riot outside disperses. I wouldn't want to go out there right now. You never know what a mob like that can do. I wouldn't want to go out there right now. Imagine if they never know what a mob like that can do. Talking to Sarif, the father of augmentation technology. They'd mob rush the place.
Don't worry, boss. Things are under control. And sure, we're surrounded by an angry mob, but they can't get in here. And sure, we're surrounded by an angry mob, but they can't get in here.
Hey, boss. Nothing much to report. The front door is secure. No one will get in. Don't know what triggered this, but we're not getting out until it calms down. Don't know what triggered this, but we're not getting out
Most
until
of
it
the
calms
employees
down.
made it out before the riot really got going. Whoever's left in here is gonna have to stay until it all blows over. Whoever's left in here is gonna have to stay until it all blows over.
Thousands of angry rioters took to the streets.
Access granted.
Glad you're here, Mr. Jensen. Guess you didn't come in the front door, huh? Cops tried to seal off the plaza to control the riot. It seems to be working.
Christ. What's with this super soldier BS? I know we've done some work for the DoD, but come on. Some people are just looking for any reason.
Access granted.
overreact. No unnecessary violence.
So what do we do if they start storming the front doors?
Just push them back. But here's the thing. If one of them manages to get inside, it's a free-for-all. You hear that, Kozak?
No kicking in teeth unless absolutely necessary. Got it, sir.
The team has been briefed on your orders, sir. Defense of this building is our #1 priority. Defense of this building is our #1
Once
priority.
we were restraining this guy and they gave one kick too many. I shouldn't have kicked him at all, really. I mean, he was being held down. I shouldn't have kicked him at all, really.
So you're saying
he was being held
I can
down.
kill the guy if he gets past the door. And what if he gets one leg past? Is it still open season? And what if he gets one leg past? Is it still open season?
It looked pretty hairy for a while out there, but DPD seems to be getting it under control now. Mr. Sarif told us to stay inside. Thought if they saw Sarif uniforms, it might spark something uglier. Mr. Sarif told us to stay inside.
I heard you were out there, Jensen. How bad is it?
No one should ever have to give up a normal life because of a random incident, or indeed lose a dream over a physical limitation. So believes David Sarif, idealist, philanthropist, founder and CEO of Sarif Industries. Pursuing this belief, Mr. Sarif acquired a failing Detroit auto factory in 2007 and repurposed it for the automated manufacture of prosthetics, founding Sarif Industries. Today, we at Sarif Industries share David's passion. We believe that human augmentation will give people every opportunity to improve themselves, making the world a better place to live. Guided by this principle, we will continue to innovate and produce the finest line of human augmentation products the world has to offer.
Some of the employees got really scared. Piled furniture to block the entrance. Not that I blame them. And who knows what those crazies are capable of doing. Not that I blame them. And who knows what those
Glad you're here,
crazies are
Mr.
capable
Jensen.
of doing.
Guess you didn't come in the front door, huh? Cops tried to seal off the plaza to control the riot. Seems to be...
Christ. What's with this super soldier BS? I know we've done some work for the DOD, but come on. Some people are just looking for any reason to run riot. It's not like the Wings won the cup or anything.
I wouldn't want to be augmented and be out there right now. Or be caught wearing a Sarif uniform. Not that I'm ashamed of the uniform, but there's no talking to those people. They tear me apart. Not that I'm ashamed of the uniform, but there's no talking about it.
Sarif?
David's just stepped out for a moment, Mr. Jensen. But do come in. I've been hoping to meet you.
Mr. Darrow, I'm surprised you even know who I am.
David speaks very highly of you. He says that when it comes to detective work, you are like a dog with a bone. Have you found your scientist yet?
What else did David tell you?
Over the years, plenty. But today I'm here as a friend and fellow scientist. Things are getting quite turbulent out there, wouldn't you agree? So many people drunk on revolution. The United Nations being urged to intervene. And all because of the technology I created.
Things have come a long way since then.
Haven't they? And now my old friend David wants me to lead us to the Promised Land. He's asked me to invite members of the UN to Panchaea, to convince them we don't need industry regulation.
Your geoengineering project in the Arctic Ocean.
The installation couldn't have been built without the assistance of augmented workers. And when it's finished, my little hole in the ocean is going to stop global warming. A lovely photo op, wouldn't you say?
If it works.
You mean, if it doesn't kill us all?
Adam? You're back. Can I speak to you outside? Get to the helipad, son. You're going back to Hengsha Island. Frank tracked down one of the GPLs.
Only one? Is it?
Sevchenko's. But Adam, we had to call in a favor of the DOD to do it.
Meaning, the conspirators probably know I'm coming.
You're Adam Jensen, right? The security chief here? Your men did a good job securing this building when the riot broke out. If anyone would have been able to breach the front door, we would have had to deal with them harshly, if you know what I mean. If anyone would have been able to breach the front door, we would have had to deal with them harshly, if you know what I mean.
Access granted.